All right, what about their YouTube heads? So today's video, we're going to talk about body game guys. You know what I'm saying? You've seen them. If you go to a country and you see these guys walking around from your country or another country, and they're like real muscular, looking like they got the gym in their luggage, body game guys, right? What are they doing here? What are they doing in the country you're at? Because we know why we're there. We know why we're there, right? Because in the country we're from, we're not the most handsome or considered attractive, or we're the deplorables, right, to the women from our country. So if body game is the solution, as they say, why are these guys there? Let's talk about it. Quick disclaimer first, because my last video got a lot of weird comments, and most of them were trolls, but some of them were weird comments. So let me just give you guys a little bona fides. I'm going to kill about a minute or two, because I like to keep these videos under 10 minutes. I'm going to kill about a minute or two. Give you guys a little bona fides about me. I've lived in 3 countries, what they call the big 3. I lived in Brazil, Colombia, and Thailand. Okay, so this is my second time coming to Thailand. I lived here before for 2 months. I lived in Brazil for 4 months. I lived in Colombia for 5 months, okay? And I've also traveled to several different countries. I've traveled to Netherlands, Germany, Czech Republic, and the ABC Islands, okay? So I'm not going to pop shots at other people, and I'm not going to say by any means I am the certified most experienced person, but I can say that I have been engaged in the countries I've been in every day, 40 plus hours a week, day in, day out, finding out what to do, creating a routine, hanging out among the locals, observing the people, talking to the people, watching the people, seeing people come and go, seeing other tourists come and go. I'm a traveler, and I've seen other people come and go, okay? So I'm very objective, and I want you guys to understand who it is you are speaking to. Not some wayward guy who learned how to use Priceline, Expedia, or how to spell the country they want to travel to, okay? I mean, the country they want to go visit as a tourist. You're speaking to a very, very, and I hate to use the term seasoned traveler, because people have started to turn this into some cliche like a rookie, a newbie, a veteran. And I'm like, but you are back at home. You're back at home. You can't come. I'm just going to say this, and we're going to get into the video. You cannot visit a country for 2 weeks at a time. I don't care how many years you do it. You cannot visit a country for 2 weeks at a time and think you really see the real country, because there's partitions. There's partitions to what you see in that short time, and then there's another partition to what to what's really going on in that country, and then in between that is a filler of just the surface of what you may explore, but then you go right home. You see what I'm saying? No. And let's be honest. Let's be real honest. There's only 2 types of people. 3 types. I got 2. There's only 3 types of people who can. There's only 3 types of people right now traveling. Either you have a month vacation, which is 30 days, a year, and maybe if you're slick, you get some sick time from your job. Maybe you get 2 months of sick time from your job. That's 60 days. So you can use that too if you're slick enough. But I won't help you do that. Or you're retired, which means you ain't really been nowhere until you hit 60. So your whole life you've been stuck in your country. Then you hit 60, and then you come out because your perception of life has changed. You're not looking through the same optics, right? Or you're just a vagabond. You're someone who saved up a lot of money and you're backpacking or you're hosteling, in which case your experience is far different than anyone else's. Far different. And I can't even relate to that because I don't backpack. I don't stay in hostels. I'm not a vagabond. So I'm not retired officially, not in a sense where, you get Social Security or a pension, but I consider myself semi-retired because I don't really work a structured type of routine. I work 3 days a week. I have my little company. I have my clients. I outsource a lot of stuff. Pretty much that's it. That's all I do. I work like for me, October 27th was my last day of work, and I'm taking the rest of the year off until February 3rd. Then I go back to my clients. So we shut down until then. Next year, I would hit September 1st, and then we shut down until February 2nd. So I follow like Hollywood dark times with the pilot season. But I don't work in Hollywood, but I like that they have the best industries have routines where they go dark, where they shut down, where you're off for the rest of the year. Because that's all you need. You only need 4 or 5 months of the year. The rest of it is shit. After July 4th, the rest of the year is shit. So, okay. Now, Bodygame. My question is, why are Bodygame guys here? Why are these guys with these muscular physiques, pores, here in other countries, partaking in the festivities? Now, someone explained to me that they have an advantage in that the version of the game they get from the ladies is different than the version of the game us deplorables get from the ladies. And I don't know if that's true or not, but it might be true because I notice a lot of times, like there's a video going around right now about a guy who is being held. They claim he's being restrained from leaving by a Colombian woman. And I notice this a lot. A lot of these guys who spend a long time with these girls, like 3 or 4 days in the lifestyle, when it's time for them to depart, she's like, give me money. So I guess maybe it starts off like that, but it doesn't end like that. So I don't know if there's any truth to that. I don't know if them coming down here. But I got to be honest, I did see this in Medellin. And I was walking down the street. Now, again, I'm a fat guy. I'm a fat man, right? I was walking down the street, past lifestyles, and they weren't yelling or catcalling or nothing. This is Medellin, Colombia. And then this other dude, Rico Suave looking dude, but he wasn't Colombian, but he was like some country. He had his shirt open, trying to show off his pecs and his chest, and the chicks were going crazy, yelling and screaming at him, yelling, Rico, where you going, all kinds of shit, all kinds of catcalling. And they really were acting like regular girls, like they were excited. Like you could have swore that he would have been able to pick anyone he wanted without any difficulties or questions about transaction. You know what I mean? They seemed like they was in heat. So I say that because it sounds like Bodygame guys are just trying to extend their territory. They're trying to come into our territory and create another version of competition. But at the end of the day, unlike Western women, other women are practical. And they're like, wow, that excites me. There's a reality of life. So, and thus you see the incidents that occur when everything seems pleasant, and then the chick is like, I've been with you 5 days, you got to give me money now. Yeah, the first 3, she was with him for pleasure, for herself, but then he kept her the next 2 thinking, oh yeah, this my boo thing, I got me a real. No, bro, she was always the lifestyles. She was just being a bad girl. She was breaking her own rules for her own self-interest. And, one thing I can say about Colombia is that that's how they get down there. In Colombia, the lifestyles won't even deal with you unless they're attracted to you. If they're not attracted to you, they're not going to do anything with you. It doesn't matter. There's no transaction happening. And I know that because when I was in Colombia, I pretty much dealt with the same 7 girls because they all like big guys. They like me because I was fat and they didn't have a problem with it. But the vast majority of them, and it was also the ones that I liked. So the ones that I liked that like me, it worked out good. The ones that liked me that I didn't like, forget about it. There were a lot more that liked me that I just didn't like. But the ones that liked me that I liked, I was like, bet, it's on and popping. But then there were ones that I liked that didn't like me at all. And that was because, like I said, of me being fat. So that's how Colombia is getting down. Colombia has simplified the manner in which they are transactional for themselves. They made their lives and their minds super duper easy, even though it means less money for them. So I give you an example. It'd be me and somebody else. They will be more attentive to the guy that I'm with, even though that dude is cheap and I'm more generous. But they don't know that. And I don't dirty Mac. So whatever, it's ladies' choice. You got to choose a blow, You got to choose a blow. So anyway, but now I say to myself, I'm looking around the club and I'm like, damn, these guys really look like they could do better than I would in America. So why are they here? And I say to myself, because dating in America is dead. I'm just speaking about the guys I assume are American. I say dating in America is dead. It's done. You would never have a sex life. You would never have a sex life. You would never have a fuck buddy. You would never have a girlfriend, one that's loyal to you. You would never have a wife, one that's loyal to you, right? And if you got married, it's not for romance or love. It's for business purposes, tax purposes. So, and if you don't believe what I'm telling you, just go check out any of Rollo Tomasi's videos, and he explains to you about that. So if you're red pill, you know that you don't keep doing the same thing expecting a different result. Now, myself, personally, I'm in the gym. I'm working on myself for me because I figured out that's the last thing I need to accomplish. And plus, I want to destroy a lot of people who have a problem with me being fat. Even though they don't have a problem with anybody else being fat, they have a problem with me being fat. And I'll talk about that at a time. But I want to destroy them. I want to take that away from them so they can say nothing about me. And I'm working super duper hard. Super duper hard. I even was on steroids and my fucking hair fell out. Matter of fact, my hair is still falling out, as you can see. So that's how bad it got. But through the power of money and consultations, I got on something better that works. I'm in the gym. I've had personal trainers. I'm using just as bona fides. I'm using Mike Mincer's routine, and I do a lot of pull exercises. I think if you're fat and you want to develop those muscles and activate them, you got to pull stuff. You got to pull stuff, So, and of course, because now you're in the country you're in, right? You're not pulling your meat no more. That was a good joke. I hope you guys like that. But anyway, you got to pull weights to activate those muscles to get them to pop. So, and anyway, and my diet and all that stuff. So I'm working on myself. But if I'm standing next to some guy who's already freaking ripped, hell yeah, the girl is going to be like, oh, wow, I'm going to go for the more attractive guy because all women have the same subconscious wiring. I can tell you this. This is what I can tell you for free. I'm not going to give you everything because some of the things I feel are just too valuable. Then I wouldn't tell you it for any amount of money. But I would tell you this out of camaraderie. All women are the same in every country. Women are biologically the same. Women are mentally the same. They're all hardwired the same. To seek out a man who appears agreeable. And for them, that's his body game. Because people are going to be agreeable to him because of his body game, right? They're going to cooperate. And cooperation and all those things play into the biological imperative of an organism's survival. That's what they think. But what they don't really understand is how the world really works. And any man who is going to be successful and prominent will never get there if he's agreeable. Okay? That's a fact. There are two facts of life. And I know this because I've had wealthy white men explain this to me very clearly. You will not get wealthy working for someone, and you will not become successful being agreeable. And that's it. This comes from the dominant culture. To me, to white people who felt that they wanted to gift me with the knowledge, who wanted to show me benevolence because they felt guilty, because they saw someone like me trying so hard, working hard, intelligent, all those things, and they were like, damn, he just don't get it. He just don't get it. He just don't get it. And I feel bad because they say someone like me should be successful, but because I don't get it, I'm never going to be successful. So they say, hey, let me tell you something. Let me explain something to you. You're a black man in America. You know what that means? That means you're the enemy. We fear you being dominant. That's what they would tell me. We fear you getting revenge. We fear you being dominant. And I'm like, okay, all right. I want as much revenge as I want as much revenge as the grandson of a kamikaze pilot. You know? You figure that out. Read between the lines. And then they say, well, look, if you're going to make it, and I swear, ever since and it's because of this that I'm doing how I'm doing my life right now. I'm telling you, I live in other countries. I can show you the receipts. They said, hey, you won't get wealthy working for someone, and you won't be successful agreeing with people. But of course, the way women work is that women know your appearance is what makes people cooperate. So they assume that if you look at this muscular guy, you're going to say, oh my God, he can beat me up. I got to do what he wants. Or people are going to say, well, this is someone who I should listen to because, they take care of their body and blah, 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 blah. So we know those two pieces of rhetoric exist, right? But in reality, it doesn't work like that. Life does not work like that. You know what I mean? And there's a violent joke in there, but I won't say it for lack of being violent. But someone said a joke about that too on another channel. They were like, because they were like, well, physical paralysis is important, right? Strength, being strong. Now, am I strong? Hell yeah. Mike Mensa program made me hella strong. I'd be like my lat pull downs is like 190. I'll show you one day. And I'm like, damn, I'm hella strong, but I'm not changing my body composition. But it doesn't work like that either, but I'm hella strong. Does physical paralysis come into it? Hell yeah, survival, being strong. I was watching Apocalypto last night, and the only difference I could see between the warriors was the ones that were attacking them were stronger. They were larger. Genetically, they were physically superior. They were able to subdue other men, and they had a competent 3-to-1 ratio. So for every man in that village, there were 3 of them. No brainer, right? And they were all strong. So, anyway, I say that because the guy said, the advent of technology, we equalize things. I'll leave it like that. He said we equalize things so that physical paralysis doesn't matter anymore, right? Because we equalize things, right? That's the whole point. We equalize things. Now, and there's a whole nother philosophy about that, which is pretty cool. I'll share it with you later. So anyway, yeah, we got Bodygame guys floating around the countries you're in where you want to be the top dog, where you don't want her to know that she has a physical option, right? You want her to think only she has an intelligent option, she has a charisma option, she has a funny guy option. All her attention is on you. But she starts looking like, damn, that guy looks better looking than him. And I see it sometimes too. I ain't gonna lie. In Thailand, it happens a lot to me as well. But I can tell you this much. This is the only country where girls have told me they like fat men. It's the only country they told me that. Only country. Papoy man. They call me Papoy man. I might be saying it wrong, but they call me Papoy man. This is the only country. Not in America, not in Colombia, not in Brazil. Now, Brazil is a different animal entirely when it comes to your physique. So I can see why Bodygame guys would go there. Because if you go there with Bodygame, oh my God, the fucking gates open up to you. And I mean, for real, like it's not like in Colombia. You get a lifestyles girl on you because of your. I know for a fact, I've seen it. The lifestyle girls, they subdue themselves to 2 things with men: the size of his dick, pause, and his body game. And if he has both of those, oh my God, I'll tell you a story real quick. So I used to hang out with this dude who was like 6 feet tall. We call him Hollywood Rick. And I don't know how the chick found out all these details about him. I guess because the other chick, we would go to this after hours club called Casablanca. And I guess we had these two girls. I picked the girl that I liked because of her face. I'm a face guy. And the other girl, he took with her. And they were just sitting and chilling all night long. But I kept noticing the other girl kept looking at him. All night long, she's looking at him. And not really talking to me. So I wasn't going to go home with her. But I said, fuck it. I'd rather just not walk out like stag, like a threesome. Just take her anyway. But anyway, long story short, the next night, I guess the other girl must have told her whatever it was about Hollywood Rick. And I kid you not, this girl was blowing up his phone. Where you at? When I get up for work, I want to come see you. And I swear, we sat there for like 2 hours waiting for her because she got lost. She was walking around all night trying to find us. She got lost. And the moral of the story is, he was like, Will, she ain't even make me pay. And I was like, because he know how much I had did for her. And, you know, and you hear it a lot. You're going to hear it a lot. If you go look at some channels, you hear guys talk about how, oh, man, I had this girl, but my man's told me she charged him less or didn't charge him at all from what I paid, you know? So you're going to hear those type of stories. So that's why I would say if you got body game, you go to Brazil. But I don't know why you would go to Colombia if you got body game. I mean, I don't know why you would come to Thailand if you got body game unless you were trying to bring the competition with you. The competition to fat brothers like me, you know, to fat men like me. You were trying to bring a competition. But again, as you saw in my last video, I proclaimed that there's a difference. There's a slight difference. Because as an African-American man, what I'm realizing is if I was a Caucasian man, I wouldn't have any problems being fat and getting a girl. It would be totally 100%. It would be 100% thorough. Now, someone told me I shouldn't say that because I don't know, but I do know because I see it all the time. Where my ratio is 2 to 1, every 2 girls I approach, I get 1 number, and then so 6 to then that's my contact ratio. My dating ratio is more like 6 to 2. So for every 6 girls I approach, 2 of those turn into a date, and so on and so on, you know. But that's where I'm at. I'm in a real low ratio, and a lot of people I associate with, they watch me and they be like, I don't know, because, you know, you seem like you're doing well. You seem like you're cutting it up. You in the mix. You got charisma, this, that. You got confidence. You're doing your thing, blah, blah, blah. You know how to talk to a girl. You're definitely not bashful, blah, blah, blah. How they receive you is only because of your weight. How they receive you is only because you're fat. The only thing wrong with me is because I'm fat. So it's not the money. It's not the wardrobe. It's really not how I look, because I believe I know I dress better than other fat African-American men that I see. I know I dress way better than them. So holler at me if you want to get on. If you want to get down, we can all work out together. I'll take you to where I go and I'll sell you some clothes, and we can all dress well together, and we can fucking crush these motherfucking body game dudes and rub them out of the competition. Because I'm all about competing. This is not don't misunderstand. This is not a belittling or attacking. Hey, if you worked hard, I know working out and staying muscular and all that shit is hard. So I respect that dedication. If you got that going for you, I respect it. I even be asking tips sometimes. Pause. But, you know, I'm a competitor, so you can expect me to compete. That's the clothes. I thought the clothes would be enough. You know what I'm saying? I thought the clothes would be enough, but it's not. And everybody tells me that's the only thing. And it is kind of frustrating because I'm like, it's like 100 things on the list, bro. You mean she won't fuck with me because I'm fat? That's the only reason? It's crazy to me. It's just insane. Not all of them, but me, I'm an all or nothing guy. It's 100% or it's zero. Anything less than that is zero. Anything less than 100% to me is zero. So anyway, yeah, my question of the day is, why are body game guys in, I don't know what to call these countries. I don't know what to say. Why are body game guys traveling for companionship? Why are body game guys traveling for love or girlfriends? You know what I mean? Even still, when I see a fairly in shape guy dating a girl in another country, I'm kind of like, why ain't he in America mopping up? Because American women, all the American women that are worth dating, say that's what they want. And he could have 30, 40, 50, 60 women. They all agree that they're going to share the best men, the best 4% of men in America. They're going to share them. So why would you come and settle for one? And I got to thinking, are these guys really doing that bad in America too? Is there some underarching thing going on in America where body game doesn't matter? So if body game doesn't matter in America, like they said it does, right? Then why the fuck are they telling people to do it? Why the fuck are they telling you to get a gym membership and diet and meal prep and eat right and this, that? And diet, by the way, doesn't mean not eat food. Diet means what you eat and don't eat in the furtherance of your fitness goals. It means your nutrition. Everybody's nutritional needs are going to be different. And if you don't know about that, there's a test you can take. It's like $1,800. It's a test you can take. It tells you what you're deficient in and all kinds of stuff, and then you know what to eat. Because sometimes you can overuse nutrients that you don't need because you don't know where you're deficient at. But anyway, I'll fall back on that for another topic. So yeah, body game guys are doing that awful in America. They have to travel like we do, like us deplorables, as women call us deplorables, us unattractive men. They have to travel for companionship, love, and a girlfriend or feminine woman. And I don't know, man. I don't know. Every woman has qualities to be feminine. So I don't know if Western women are less feminized. I don't think that's what it is. I think it's an act. Every woman would put on that feminine shit where it serves them. I've seen it. I got so many stories I can tell you because I usually hang around some pretty cool guys that are very handsome and they got a good physique, pores. But I've seen them because I have to. I can't hang around other smos that look like me, right? I can't. I won't get anywhere, right? And the cool ones, the real ones that like me, would be like, "What? You don't like my man? What, man? Fuck you, bitch! You don't fuck her." They be getting mad because they be like, "What? You gonna diss my homie? Nah, I ain't fucking with you. Will's cool." They be telling the chick that, she be getting mad. Whether or not they serious or they just capping for me, I don't know. But in that moment, the chick really be getting upset. That happened in Brazil a lot. Because like I said, Brazil is a gym rat culture. If you overweight in Brazil, you're not going to get that far. I only got far in Brazil because I got money, but you're not going to get that far in Brazil if you overweight. Colombia, it depends. I mean, you probably won't get the girl you want because I could think of one girl in Colombia that I really wanted, and she want nothing to do with me. Even though I'm more generous than the guy that I know was advocating for me, but she want nothing to do with me. And when you're more generous than the guy that she would deal with over you, it's just hysterical to me because it's like, well, you're not really out here for that then. What are you really out here for? Because, I know the other girls tell her I'm generous as fuck, but because I'm fat, she just won't do anything with me. You know what I'm saying? She just she don't see anything with me. So, but in Thailand, it's a lot more open-minded here. So a lot of women are not so judgmental, but so that's why I say if it's not my weight, then it has to be my race. But like I said, this is all about the body game guys, why they here. But we'll talk about that later. But yeah, so the body game guys, they're out here, man. This is a warning. This is a warning for us deplorables. We got to get our shit together. Got to get you know what upsets me? I see a big brother in the club, because I can only talk about my own my own men. I know white dudes don't have this problem. White dudes, I don't see white dudes getting rejected because they're fat. I don't see that. I can only talk about my own brethren. But what upsets me is seeing my own brethren, a big boy, as they call us. I hate that fucking name. Just say I'm fat. I don't care. It doesn't bother me because people have said it so much since I've been on YouTube, and I notice that they don't say I'm broke or I'm stupid. And these are different people, so they can all share the same opinion. So they know I'm intelligent and I have money. They don't. They tacitly don't never say the other things that they could say. So, and they do that intentionally because they know they will look fucking crazy. They will look insane. They would look like a fucking idiot to say that about me. And they probably get checked by strangers, which would be even more insane. So, when I'm in the club and I see my own brother and I'm like, what is he wearing? Why is he dressed like that? You know, big brothers, understand, we are never going to get clothes that compliment us off the rack. Okay, I'm an XXL man. You know that store in Atlanta, all the big and tall, all that shit in Atlanta where I used to stay there. You know, all those big and tall stores, casual, male, XL, all that stuff, right? We are never going to get clothes that fit us and complement our body type. You have to get tailor-made clothes. And it's the only way. And I know you think there's going to be some type of mercy or some type of pity for you, but there's not. It's rough out here, man. It's rough out here. There's a strategy to this shit, but I would say, for me, it's just certain times I don't move because I know the competition that's out there. If it's a night where it's low competition, you might catch a good one. I've had that happen. I caught me a good one. Like, I was able to, like, by the time the competition came, it didn't matter because I was already in her DNA. I was in her mind where she ain't even leave. She was waiting for me. I thought she left. And I walk out and there she is sitting like, oh, I've been waiting for you. I thought she was going to come looking for me. And I was like, why would I come looking for you? Because I saw the hawkers, I saw the vultures circling. See, I'm just different like that. I'm not gonna do all that. And I'll talk about that later. I didn't sign up for some of this shit. Some of this clown shit that be going on, I ain't even sign up for it. You know what I mean? Like, for real. Like, so anyway, there's just some days you don't want to do anything. You want to lay low because the competition is going to be thick. You know, the competition is going to be like, if it's a club with 200 women and it's 90 men and 80 of those men are Bodygame, 180 women are going to run with the Bodygame. There's no doubt about it. If they can't catch them that night, they're just going to rebuff you, but they really want the Bodygame. But if they don't see the Bodygame, then it's open season, baby. It's open season. You know, how good is your Mac game? You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, man, I just be like, damn, bro, I wish you would let me help you get dressed. I wish you would let me help you. I wish you would come give me the business of building your wardrobe, you know, because I got a good fashion sense and I'm doing my thing. And I want to help the big brothers compete. I think one thing, I'm not really all about joining organizations, or I don't do team stuff, or I don't do any of that, because that's dangerous. But I think collectively, if we all look solid, we can crush them. We all look solid. And you have one who's just like sloppy dresser or just out of sync. You know, when you have one that's just trying to be a hype beast, it's like, no, man, no. Let me help you create your own unique style. You know what I'm saying? And that's actually why I started my polo shirt line, my pop collar polo shirt line, big plug here, was for the brothers, you know, because I couldn't find polos that fit me right. They either too short, you know what I'm talking about, or the sleeves are too long. You know what I'm talking about, right? Those sleeves be down to my forearm. Yo, that's crazy. I used to wear that shit. But anyway, man, yeah. So that's all I got for today. You know, I don't know why Bodygame is here. So we got to find out why they here. Why they not in America? If all you need to stay in America is Bodygame, why they not here? I know why women want them, because they're agreeable. If you want to learn more about agreeableness, just check out Jordan Peterson's video. But now they don't seem to want to be in America. So the reason why I say they're here for the things that I'm here for is because if they left America, then who are all those women with? One guy got like 40, 50 women. So what happens to all the women when he's here? He's in another country and they there by themselves. Do they call up someone like me who's been floating around them, who's been an orbiter? Or do they have another guy that they all jump on who's getting all of them? So he's definitely not leaving, right? One guy is having all the sex. We already said metaphorically, 5 guys in the dating market, 5, 6 guys in the dating market are having all the sex. The average man isn't having any of the sex. I know in America, and I'll be honest because I think we should be honest, I know in America, my sex life is like maybe 35%, and I'm probably still exaggerating. It's probably more like 20%, you know? And I kind of get upset with myself because I lived in this one state for like 13 years, and I really do cherish longevity in relationships. That's my thing. Longevity in relationships. I can't even take a girl seriously until I talk to her for like a year, at least a year, just talking to her, just getting to know her. I really do cherish longevity in my relationships. And I said to myself, damn, after 13 years living in this state, there's not one girl, not the first girl I met, not the girl I met year 7, not one girl that I'm still in contact with. Like regular contact, like even if it's just sociable, like, hey, how you doing type of stuff, you know, let's catch up, like none at all. So my whole 13 years of being acquainted with one woman who could have probably been my wife by now, after 13 years, yeah, I would have married that girl because I've already got 13 years in of being familiar with her, on again, off again, socializing, this, that, and the third, right? Why wouldn't I? But that ship has sailed, never to return. I kind of say to myself, I don't know if it was me or I dropped the ball, but I do know that it definitely isn't a healthy social society. America is not a healthy social society. And I'll explain to you what a healthy social society is. But yeah, I'm kind of like that, hard on myself about that one thing. That's the only regret I have in my life, is that I spent 13 years in one state and didn't really make one female acquaintance or friend that I continuously stayed in contact with or built anything with or anything at all. So that's what I'm saying. America is dead. America is, for dating and all that stuff, it's dead. It's over with. And we need to just let it die. There's no going back. The game is rigged. The game needs suckers to be played. Like the Squid Game on Netflix, it needs suckers. Every game needs suckers to play. Every game needs 2 things. It needs an assumption of a reward and fools who think they're going to get the reward. You know, every game needs 2 things, because the game is not to give you the reward. It would be far too easy to do that. You wouldn't even need to play the game to give you the reward if it's adequate among all the players. All the players could just say, look, we're not going to play. We're just going to take the reward and divvy it up among ourselves equally. But in game theory, any game where people only work together so that one of them can get the whole prize, you look up what that is, what that game is, and you'll see it's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool concept, but at the same time, nobody wins. Nobody wins. The one person who gets all of it, never really wins. It's always a catch. Believe that. It's always a catch. So, all right, that's all I got. You know what I'm saying? I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Way longer than I thought, but I had to put in a lot of things, so. All right, talk to you guys later. I'm about to go get some lunch. Peace.